The ultrasound room was cold, both in temperature and in silence. Anna gripped the edges of the table, her eyes fixed on the monitor as the technician gently ran the wand over her belly. A faint rhythm filled the room, soft, consistent, like a whispered secret. It was the heartbeat of a new life. "Congratulations," the technician said with a warm smile. "You're having a boy." Anna didn't smile back. She left the clinic with trembling hands and a decision that would haunt her every breath. Ana Rivera had always been the quiet one, the girl who cleaned up after others, who worked double shifts at the hotel while taking night classes and barely making rent. Life had taught her that dreams were luxuries reserved for others. But for one brief summer, a man made her believe she was allowed to hope. That man was Adrian Wolf. The heir to Wolf International, Adrian was everything Anna wasn't: wealthy, confident, and utterly magnetic. He had checked into the penthouse suite of the hotel she worked at, and from the moment they met, something unspoken passed between them. It wasn't just attraction. It was recognition, of pain, of loneliness, of something missing. Their affair lasted only 4 weeks. It was secret, passionate, and completely unsustainable. When Adrian left, he kissed her goodbye with a promise that felt like an echo. Maybe, someday. But life moved on. 2 months later, Anna found herself staring at 2 pink lines that changed everything. She never told Adrian. He was in another world, a world of mergers, media, and politics. And she was just the maid who had slipped through the cracks of his life. She convinced herself it was better this way. He didn't need the burden of a child he never wanted. So she hid her pregnancy, changed jobs, and disappeared into a quiet suburb 2 hours outside of the city. Alone, she built a nursery with second-hand furniture, painted the walls sky blue, and whispered stories to her unborn son every night. She didn't have much, but she had love. And that, she believed, would be enough. Until the night he was born. Her screams filled the dim hospital room as thunder rolled outside like a cruel soundtrack. After 16 hours of labor, her baby came into the world in silence. Not crying. Not breathing. "Come on, baby, come on," she cried as nurses rushed in. The minutes felt like hours. She watched, paralyzed, as they worked frantically, pumping oxygen, trying to bring life into the tiny blue body. Then, a sound. A soft, desperate cry pierced the room. Anna sobbed uncontrollably. But the doctor's face remained grim. Her baby, whom she named Isaac, had suffered oxygen deprivation. He would survive, but not without complications. The prognosis was vague, the road ahead uncertain. His brain scans showed abnormalities. He might never walk. He might never speak. Anna held him to her chest, whispering, "I've got you, my love. I won't let go." And for the next 6 weeks, she never did. Hospital bills mounted quickly. Insurance denied coverage due to her prior lapse. Anna maxed out her credit cards. She sold everything, her jewelry, her mother's heirloom watch, even her car. She stayed in the hospital lobby on folding chairs, sleeping upright, eating from vending machines. One night, the nurse gently tapped her shoulder. "Miss Rivera, there's a program, a charity. They help mothers like you. But it's sponsored by Wolf Foundation. You'll have to speak to Mr. Wolf personally." Anna froze. She had seen the name on the brochures. Of course it was Adrian's family. Of course fate would twist her world back to him. But she had no choice now. Isaac needed surgery, a life-saving operation. She could swallow her pride or bury her child. She chose. Adrian looked older than she remembered. He was sitting behind a wide mahogany desk when she was ushered in. Powerful, poised, and unreadable. He looked up from a file. His eyes met hers. "Anna." She swallowed hard. "Hello, Adrian." His eyes darted to the baby in her arms. For a long moment, neither of them spoke. The silence was thick with history. "I didn't come for you," she whispered. "I came for him. He's your son." The words shattered the room. Adrian stared at her, stunned, then at the baby whose tiny face held a mirror of his own. "I didn't tell you," Anna said, "because I thought it would ruin your life. But now, he might not live. And I can't afford the surgery he needs." Adrian didn't respond with anger. Nor with questions. He walked around the desk, knelt in front of her, and gently touched the baby's hand. "What do you need?" he asked, his voice breaking. Adrian moved mountains. Within hours, Isaac was transferred to a private wing. Top specialists flew in. Machines beeped softly. Anna, who had spent weeks in uncertainty, was suddenly surrounded by hope. And something else. Adrian never left. He held Isaac. Read to him. Sang lullabies he claimed he'd forgotten. Every night, he brought coffee for Anna and blankets from home. He stayed at the hospital, trading business meetings for bottle feedings. One night, Anna found him asleep in the rocking chair with Isaac on his chest. Something shifted in her heart. Weeks turned into months. Isaac improved. He began to smile, to grip fingers, to turn toward sounds. The doctors spoke of milestones once thought impossible. But with healing came new decisions. Adrian wanted to be part of their lives. He invited Anna to move in. Not as a guest, but as family. "I've missed too much already," he said. "Let me be his father." Anna was torn. She loved her son more than life, but trusting again was a mountain she didn't know how to climb. "I don't need your money," she said one night. "I'm not offering money," Adrian replied. "I'm offering presence. Partnership. I want to be someone Isaac can count on. And someone you can lean on, if you'll let me." It wasn't a fairy tale. There were arguments, awkward dinners, nights where Anna cried silently in her room, questioning everything. But slowly, Adrian proved himself. He attended therapy sessions, changed diapers, missed board meetings for doctor appointments. He learned how to administer Isaac's medications, how to soothe him during seizures. He never ran. Not once. And Anna began to trust. Not because he said the right things, but because he stayed. On Isaac's first birthday, they held a small party at Adrian's country house. The theme was stars. Anna made cupcakes, Adrian hung twinkling lights. Friends, staff, and nurses came. Isaac wore a blue crown and laughed when bubbles floated around him. That night, as they put him to bed, Adrian turned to Anna. "Thank you," he said, tears in his eyes. "For fighting for him. For raising him when I didn't even know. For giving me this chance." She smiled. "Thank you for not wasting it." 2 years later, Isaac took his first steps. Adrian was holding his hands. Anna was filming. The room erupted in cheers. Later that night, as Isaac slept between them, Anna whispered, "I made the hardest choice that day. But if I had to choose again, I'd still choose him. Every time." Adrian kissed her forehead. "So would I." Epilogue. Today, Isaac is 5. He runs through the halls of Wolf Manor like it's a playground, his laughter echoing like bells. He still has challenges, but he also has love. From a mother who never gave up. From a father who chose to show up. And from a world that, against all odds, opened its heart. Because sometimes, the hardest choices make way for the most beautiful beginnings.